Welcome.
Welcome.
Kamukelo.
Salumkela.
Sonzela.
Wamkelekile.
To the 175th state of the Puppet Nation.
Let's get it on. This week, we talk Sasa grants. If I'm lucky, this single toilet roll can last the whole month.
Malema talks mutiny.
The EFF and DA will put their bodies on the line.
And Trump talks to himself.
It's hard to hear you over the noise of my adoring public.
All this and more. But first, this. Winnie Madikizela Mandela has revealed that the more sordid details of her ex-husband's life were hushed up.
Apparently, when Fatima Meer was writing about Mandela, he told her everything. But Oliver Tambo insisted that the more salacious parts were covered up.
Fatima deleted whole chapters and stuck those pages into a vault.
What kind of scandal are we talking here?
He was a player, Deborah. He was always a player. Amandla.
Wait to? So why don't you tell all now?
I would love to. If I can just find the key to the vault. Come on, you stupid lock. My retirement fund is locked inside here. Amandla.
Where to? The struggle really does continue.
President Zuma was in Indonesia this week for the IORA summit.
The Indian Ocean Rim Association met to discuss areas of mutual concern.
Yes, Deborah. And you know how much I love the rim.
Do you think the rim is very important to us?
I would say absolutely. We must treat the rim with great care and attention.
We mustn't neglect the rim, is what you're saying?
Oh, I never neglect the rim, Deborah. That's a promise.
So that's how he keeps all those wives happy.
Water restrictions are still in place in Cape Town.
The effects of the drought are being felt everywhere.
Next, I'd like to report a water thief.
A water thief?
Yeah, someone sneaking into my garden at night and siphoning water out of my pool.
Have you seen him?
No, but every morning the water's dropped. Coincidence? I think not.
Mr. Nklobe, this one's for you.
Come this way, sir. We're just starting on Evaporation 101.
So nobody's arresting my neighbor?
I'm afraid not, sir.
He's also sleeping with my wife.
Hey, that's not covered in my syllabus. Matabile Dlamini, Minister of Social Development, has continued her support for Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma's run for presidency, despite the fact that the ANC has instructed members not to campaign prematurely.
In a recent speech at a church service, Dlamini likened Jacob Zuma's ex-wife to Jesus, saying that she's like both the lion and the lamb.
Dlamini seems to be emerging as Mrs. Zuma's #1 fan. They must be quite close, eh?
I wouldn't say close. She happens to be a supporter of mine, and
She compared you to Jesus. I support Ronaldo, but I've never said he was part of the Trinity. That's some real sisterly love.
she was just being a little overzealous. Really, we seldom see each other.
And weren't you speaking at the same church as she was a few weeks back?
They just like two peas in a pod. It's wonderful.
No. We are not peas. We are different vegetables in different pots.
Are you embarrassed to be associated to Matabile Dlamini because of the big mess up of the SASSA grants?
No, of course not. I stand by any colleague that stands by me.
So you'll stand by her even if the grants aren't paid on time?
It's hard to say.
Or if she's found to have completely mismanaged the money and resigns in disgrace?
Well,
Shouldn't be that hard. Just ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
I'll definitely pray on that.
Hey, Deborah, which biblical animal do you think I'm like?
An ass. Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan has announced that social assistance grants will be increased in April, bringing more relief to almost 17 million South Africans who depend on it.
Although we have to wonder if it will actually get to the people who need it.
Yes, Minister Matabile Dlamini seems determined not to pay social grants at all.
I know they say that they've sorted it out, but every time they promise that these payments will happen on April 1st, I feel like I'm waiting for someone to just shout, April Fool!
Let's hope those hundreds of billions get you where they really needed.
When it comes to our pensions, it's all about teamwork. Making sure that Beaky goes as far as you can state it.
Caricature, you're hogging the tea bag.
Well, yeah. Sorry, but Isa? Don't forget to hang it out to dry for tomorrow, no?
I'm right next to you.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
I only receive about 1,500 rand in disability, so I've had to be resourceful with it, mind. If I'm lucky, this single toilet roll can last the whole month, provided I don't get diarrhea from eating groceries from the expired goods plaza.
My foster dad gets around 900 rand per month.
Oh, my mommy only gets about 380 rand in child support for me. What do you have for lunch today, Nosy?
It looks like corned beef. Sis, what about you?
It says ham and cheese.
How generous, Sasa. With the fortunes you give out every month, I wouldn't be surprised if people's pockets ran empty by the end of the sentence.
It seems the EFF is considering taking its fight against Parliament and Jacob Zuma to the next level, and according to them, so is the DA.
Recently, EFF Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema said that he had discussed the possibility of having MPs resign from Parliament en masse with the DA as a way of forcing the ANC to be more accountable.
The DA, however, seems cautious about committing to the idea.
These ANC swines insult us with their arrogance. The DA and EFF have been discussing countermeasures for some time now.
Discussed is such a formal word. It was more of a loose conversation where the EFF spoke and we listened while not being in the room or having anything to do with this at all. Note to self, find better cover stories for meetings.
Both parties are willing to do whatever it takes.
Provided whatever it takes is not too hasty, of course.
Even if that means resigning from Parliament.
Or just taking a brief hiatus from Parliament, like a 10-minute hiatus to use a toilet to then come right back. Note to self. Excellent. That sounded totally believable.
Lucy, you don't seem too committed to the idea. It's okay to say if it's too radical for you.
Who me? I resent that. I'll have you know, I'm very committed to that thing, and I can be quite radical myself. It was Malcolm X who said that a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything.
The EFF and DA will put their bodies on the line. We have no problem. They can kill us.
That's right. That goes doubly for me.
Would you prefer to go home before you say something you can't take back?
Yes, please.
Pleasure.
Start with privilege. Add a good school. Add a broadband connection. Divide by an upper middle class lifestyle. What does that leave you with? Apathy. Multiply that by countless nights in a bar. Late nights. Late mornings equals barely scraping through high school and still getting a managerial job at your uncle's company.
Deborah,
Yes,
can you help me?
I'm willing to try on this occasion.
Well, I'm trying to write a better card for my friend.
That's nice.
But nothing rhymes with orange.
Why do you need to rhyme with orange? What's wrong with orange?
It's an amusing rhyme about orange skin tone. On Trump, Donald Trump. It's a rude poem about Trump. It goes, "Happy birthday, my old pal. I hope the year will treat you well. Even though that meant so orange, something.
Might drag us all back down to hell. Then you can sign it with a skull and crossbones. There, you're welcome.
Minister of Home Affairs Malusi Gigaba is of the opinion that his department is widely misunderstood as a purely administrative one.
Instead, he and the ANC believe the department should be elevated to a strategic and crucial national security unit.
Minister, you mentioned Zambia's system as an example of where the Minister of Home Affairs is also responsible for the police service, prisons, and immigration. Isn't this a bit of a tall order for you?
Please.
please, if I can manage my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat accounts all at once, this multi-minister thing should be child's play.
Because updating your status and protecting your country from countless threats is one and the same.
Flawless logic.
Yeah?
I am primed for national infiltration and sabotage. Surrender now and I will destroy your country peacefully.
Okay, Cookie. Fill out sections A to D of this form and go to counter 3, no? The lady there is on tea now, but she'll be back in 4 hours.
Hey, not so fast, Wena. Don't forget your ticket. You are number 726.
Actually, Deborah, this could be a brilliant idea. By the time that mercenary reaches the front of the line, he'll be long dead.
Hashtag threat neutralized.
South Africa is constitutionally required to celebrate this year.
It's been 20 years since our constitution was adopted.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Constitution. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Mr. Matembo, you've really...
No happy.
Hooray!
Mr. Matembo, you've been quite blunt about the
No
fact
happy.
that... No more pips! You've been blunt about how you think we are failing the Constitution. What are you going to do about it?
I will continue to tell it like it is, and I will continue to support Cyril Ramaphosa for our next president.
So, you're not going to do anything really?
What could I do?
Stage a walk out of Parliament by disgruntled MPs?
Cross the floor?
Resign in protest?
Infiltrate the Saxon Welsh Shabin and reveal all his dirty secrets?
Why don't we discuss our wonderful constitution? Did you know that it is 20 this year?
Blunt and obtuse. Relations between Nigeria and South Africa have become somewhat strained.
It turns out Nigeria isn't fond of the violence or the stigma against Nigerians in South Africa.
Experts warn that a fallout between the two countries could be catastrophic for the continent.
I have always made sure that South Africans are very welcome in Nigeria.
Ah, that's lovely to hear.
How do you welcome them to Nigeria when you're in London all the time now?
I'm always in Nigeria symbolically. This hotel room is Nigeria as long as I'm in it.
Ah, neat trick.
But what's important is that somehow we in Nigeria have managed without a single incident of a mob turning on a South African and beating him up because he is foreign.
That's definitely good.
We would hate to see reprisal attacks or the boycotting of South African businesses in Nigeria.
We would hate to see that too.
Or war. We would definitely hate that.
Do you really think war is a possibility? That seems extreme.
Sorry. That means it's time for me to end this interview, huh?
You can't leave us hanging on the brink of war.
Just shh. He's probably got to take his pills now.
No, that buzzer just means it's time for EastEnders, huh? My favorite. We can discuss war some other time.
Now it's time to partake of the past.
To hold hands with history.
To flirt with the anti-future.
That's pathetic. Here's Rian with old news.
Deborah, Justice, you are two such wonderful examples of humanity that I would drop everything just for the opportunity to give you a lift to the airport.
Rian, you edible glitter on the cupcake of my life.
Hi, Rian. How are you today?
Just fantastic. Thanks, Justice. Although I can't seem to get past level 879 on Candy Crush, which is a bit frustrating.
We've only just weaned Justice off that ridiculous game.
Oh no, Deborah. It can be a lot of fun.
879! You're on level 879.
Don't go back there, Justice. It's not worth it.
What level are you on, Justice?
On level 165.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But how did you get to level 879?
Well, I just started playing last week, and with a few minutes here, a few minutes there, you'll get there soon.
It's those chocolate things, isn't it, eh? I hate those chocolate things.
Never mind, Justice. Only 2,000 or so more levels to go.
But why did they make a game that makes me hate chocolate?
Oh dear. But let's shift focus from Justice's more than slightly pathetic life and do some old news. Rian, when are you taking us today?
Well, Deborah, it was 23 years ago that 3 AWB members were shot dead
on camera by a Bopujatswanan policeman. Let me take you back. Good evening, goeienaand. 3 members of the AWB were shot dead in Bopujatswana today after they entered the homeland to support Chief Lucas Mangope, who is refusing to incorporate the homeland into South Africa. The men had been part of a convoy that had been randomly shooting passers-by and into roadside huts. We are, unfortunately, joined now by AWB leader Eugene de Blanche.
Hey, I don't like you very much either, you communist friar.
I can live with that, Mr. de Blanche. Please tell me, what in the name of all that is holy is wrong with you people?
There is nothing wrong with the Afrikaner folk.
I wasn't talking about the Afrikaner folk. I was talking about you crazy people in the AWB shooting random people in the streets. Vrachis, what did you expect was going to happen?
Well, we didn't expect to be cold-bloodedly murdered.
Sure. I have no idea why not.
We were protecting their sovereign nation from the yoke of communist oppression.
Sure. There is so much wrong with that sentence, I don't even know where to start.
Well, you can start by not being such a movie.
Let's at least try to end this on a non-hateful note. Do you have anything to say to the families of the people who died today?
Yeah. Shoot straight next time.
Why do I even try?
You know, I still keep looking at the US news and thinking, this can't be real.
I know, right? We must have just slipped into another dimension.
Yes, a bad one. Ugh. Okay, let's cross to Scott at our New York bureau.
Hey there, South Africa.
You're not Scott.
Yeah, that fake news CBS had to go. This is TBS now.
TBS?
T for Trump and B.
You don't have to tell us what the BS stands for.
It's the only real news, the best news. It's Bigly. Hello and welcome to Trump BS. Bringing you the only news that's real, the only news that you can trust, the only news that's Trump approved. Coming up tonight, how Trump saved America from Obama's evil Muslim terror plot, why trans people are the greatest threat to our security since Muslim lesbians and rainbow filters on Snapchat, godly or gay agenda propaganda. But first, a word from our supreme leader. They say that I don't read, but let me tell you, I have read a lot of headlines in this thing. A lot. I'm the best at reading headlines. And they're telling me, Donald, you're great. You're really, really great. You really are. You're the best president America has ever had. You're really, really great. Did you say how beautiful is Mar-a-Lago? It's bigly beautiful. The best. No, I said you're really, really great. Sorry, it's hard to hear you over the noise of my adoring public. They're bigly adoring. It's amazing. Most adoring public ever. One moment. I'd each and every one of you individually if I could. I'm the best at f***ing people. I'm amazing. Nobody f***s people better than me. Now, what was I saying? Whatever you wanted. You're the president. Everything you have to say is valuable. Who knew being president was complicated? Nobody knew. Nobody did. Absolutely nobody. In the meantime, don't believe anything anyone says about Russia, okay? It's fake news. Totally fake. Fakety fake fake. Fakey McFake face. Fakington fake the third. Fake-a-palooza. Fake-a-califragilistic-expialidocious. President Trump was totally delighted that the horrifying truth about President Obama was revealed this week by President Trump. That bad, bad guy, our former liar-in-chief and probably Muslim, Barack Obama, had tapped his phones.
I did not. Can I get out of this crazy get-up now? I've never done news in fancy dress before.
You've never been on Trump BS before. The channel executives want you to convey a certain image.
The channel executives?
President Trump and Ivanka Trump, but mostly President Trump. Now tell everybody why you targeted me and spied on me when I was just trying to run an honest election campaign. Sad.
I really didn't. This is ridiculous. This isn't news.
This is the only news.
You told me you wanted me to be a wise man in a nativity play for charity.
Fake news. Cut. Sad. This week, a small nation that thinks too much of itself tried to cause trouble. No, I don't mean England. This time, it's North Korea. So let's get this Kim guy on right now and tell him that that kind of behavior is not okay.
Oh, hello, Mr. Donald. Shame. Do you have to do your own news? Here, I have people who do everything for me. Minion!
Yes, no, reader.
Laugh mockingly at U.S. President for me, soldier.
I have people too, you know. It's just that I'm really great at doing the news. People tell me I'm the absolute best. Nobody does news better than me.
So, you are reporting on my missiles and how you're soon going to all die. Minion, rub your hands together in sinister fashion.
That's fake news, people. You know who has the best nuclear weapons, Jackie Chan? I do. My bombs are huge, and you've never met anybody better at using them. You want to blow me up? I will blow you up so far that your father will be blown back down to Earth by shockwaves.
Are you declaring war on me, Mr. Donald? Because we are ready if you are.
Because I'm so great. Really, really great. I'm going to give you one more chance, okay, buddy?
Okay, Mr. Donald. Have your people call my people when you're ready. If you actually have people.
Stay tuned, America, because TBS is the greatest. Just look at my ratings. I get the highest ratings ever in the history of ratings. And if this nuke thing goes ahead, they'll be through the roof. Unprecedented. From now on, everything I do will be televised by me. Live from Trump Tower and on weekends from Mar-a-Lago. It'll be great. People already tell me they can't stop watching. 24-hour Trump BS. Tune in. Bannon, Priebus, get your asses here now, you fucking morons. Why didn't you tell me the Chinaman also had nukes? And where's my football? Bring me the football.
So there you have it, folks. The truth is out there somewhere, but not on Trump BS.
Probably not on our local parliamentary channel either.
Nope. Or social media, or fake news sites. But it's out there somewhere.
This has been the 175th state of the Puppet Nation. And that's the truth. Goodbye.
Bye.